Hey guys, it's Wednesday night and it's time for our Word on Wednesday. We've been doing the 15 questions that teenagers ask, and we're looking at a little bit different one tonight. And this question is the devil made me do it real? Can the devil make me do stuff? I think if we're going to have this conversation, I think it's important for us to understand that the devil is real. He's talked about several times throughout Scripture. I think we have some major misconceptions about who he is and what he is, and I think for some of us we take him serious and some of us we don't. A few hours ago, I think a lot of us approached the devil like about 3 hours ago we got this warning on our phones here in the area that there was a tornado warning, and we're told to take cover. And I think that the entire city would have got that message on their phone, but I bet we all responded to that message very differently. I know for our family, we had a 30-second conversation about like, what would we do if a tornado actually happened? And that was about the extent of it. And then crazy people went and played in the rain in the yard. So, but for some people, they may have actually hunkered down. They may have a plan. Some people took it really seriously when they heard that alarm. And the deal is, the alarm is serious. It wouldn't be happening if somebody hadn't seen something that indicated that there was a real danger. In Scripture, we're told about Satan, and we're told that we need to worry about him. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 says, "Be sober-minded, be alert. Your adversary, the devil, is prowling around like a roaring lion, looking for anyone he may devour." There's some interesting things about the devil in that passage, and the interesting information is that we are told that we need to be alert. When that tornado warning went off, some of you may have actually went and looked or checked or tried to see if there was a real danger. And when we read this passage, some of us kind of sober up a minute and we start thinking, man, we've got somebody that's out to get us. But then again, for a lot of us, we read this and it's just Bible stuff and we just forget about it. I know this for a fact. If you put me in the African savannah and told me to take a little walk across the African savannah, I would be looking at every piece of grass I saw. I'd be looking behind every tree because lions are real and they eat people. And I don't want to be one of the people they eat. Because it's serious and real to me, I pay attention to us. I think Scripture has warned us about this enemy so many times, and for so many of us, it's just not a real thing. We just don't think about it. Just like the tornado, I haven't experienced one in my life, so I'm just assuming it's not going to hit me. But yet, people die every year in the United States to bad weather. It's a real danger. It's the reason that we have these warnings is because of that reality. I think a lot of us think that Satan's out to get us because he hates us, and I think it's important for us to realize, I think it's a little worse than even that. Satan doesn't necessarily hate us, he hates God. And because we're his children, especially those who are believers, he super wants to hurt us. And he wants to hurt us because when you hurt a parent's children, it's even worse than hurting them. And so he goes after us so that he can hurt us, and subsequently when we're hurting God. So how does he get us? We're told to watch out for him. We're told to be aware of him. Can he make us do stuff? I always use this analogy, and I think it's a really good one, is that a lot of us picture Satan as a bass fisherman. And a bass fisherman gets his tackle together and his rod and reel, and he goes and sets in a boat, and he gets a lure out, and he goes out there and tries to catch a specific fish. He's catching one fish at a time. And a lot of us think, well, God is out to get me. He's trying to catch me. But I think that God is a commercial fisherman. He's trying to catch a whole bunch of people. And the way that commercial fishermen catch is they throw huge nets into the ocean to try to catch as many fish as they can at one time. Galatians 6 tells us, "But if a man be overtaken in a fault, you which are spiritual restore." Overtaken in a fault. That's caught in a net. There are so many nets out there that we have to be, as Scripture said, aware of. We need to be looking out for them. And I think a lot of us treat those dangers like my family treated the tornado warning. We just think, I don't know, it's not going to affect me. And I will tell you that those nets they're out there. Some of it's music, some of it's the things we watch, some of it's people in our lives, it's opportunities to do sinful things. There are a lot of nets, mindsets, and things that if we get caught up in these certain thought processes, or if we get caught up doing these things, it's going to really mess our life up. The scripture used, and Peter said, devour. It's going to eat your life. We must treat Satan the same way we would a real lion if we were walking across the African savannah. We must look out. We got to pay attention to the stuff we do. We need to be thinking and looking behind the bush and going, how is this going to turn out? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Is this something I need to be worried about? Should I involve myself in this? Should I drink this first drink because I know where it might end up? Or should I smoke this vape because I'm not sure where it end up? Should I look at this on the internet because I might wind up addicted to this and caught in one of his nets? Should I go to this activity because, wow, I may get snared in a net going to this? As a child of God, we are a tool that Satan uses to hurt God. And I know I don't want to be a tool that was used to make God hurt. So my challenge to you guys is, can the devil make me do it? No, we do it on our own. He doesn't make any of us do anything. He just gives us opportunities, and he decorates them in a very attractive way. He's not forcing us to do things. He can't force us to do things. He's not God. He's not all-knowing and all-present, but he is very powerful, and more importantly, he is very crafty. And he's been destroying men's lives since the beginning of creation, and that has not changed. My prayer is that none of us fall in any of his traps. Be smart. So that's my answer. He can't make you do anything. You do it on your own. He just gives you the opportunities. So if you're in a bad situation and you want to blame somebody, you can't blame him. You blame yourself for making those choices, and then you seek help to get out of that situation because you're in a trap. And if I'm caught up in a trap, my foot is hung between the jaws, so to speak, that have snapped on me, I may need somebody to help me get out of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're told in Scripture that we are supposed to help each other get out of these traps. And so my encouragement is, if something's going on in your life and you need to talk to somebody or you need some help getting out of that trap, hey man, I get it. You got caught. Let somebody help you. Let one of us help you. You can call me anytime. I'm going to pray for you guys. That's my word on Wednesday. I hope things are going well for you. And last thought, just seniors, I still need to get your stuff in. Please get your stuff in. We're going to try to do some things. And also, for you guys who haven't seen, we're having a special service on Sunday morning out at the Expo Center at 10:15. It's Brother Bill's last service with us, and you guys check that. There's some emails that came out from the church. Make sure you guys all see that. Praying for you, and I'll let you go. Father, I come to you in prayer, and I thank you for this night. Thanks for protecting us from this weather and giving us some awesome rain today, Lord. Lord, protect us and give us wisdom when we're dealing with those traps that Satan puts out there. Help us see those things and help us stay away from those things that could be potentially life-devouring. God, I love you and I praise you. All these things I pray in your name.